Okay, so probably can't tell, but I actually haven't been feeling well lately. Um, my voice is just, I don't even know if you can even hear it on here. Hasn't changed very much. And all it does is it's the really deep clog. So far, it is slowly getting better, but it's actually not that bad. It's just enough to make sleep slightly more difficult, but not enough that you know, you know how whenever you get a cold and sometimes it's like, oh my god, I'm dying. No, I don't feel like I'm dying. I can even kind of breathe a little bit through my nose right now, as long as I'm slow. Otherwise, I'm going to choke on it. So, overall, not actually bad. I kind of feel bad because a cousin of mine is actually very sick. She got hit hard. We don't live in the same state or anything, but we talk. And I kind of feel bad about that because it's not very bad for me, but apparently, she's got a cold and it sucks. I mean, periodically I do have to blow my nose. But we cleaned the fans the other day, so my allergies aren't adding to it anymore. I am allergic to dust. Really? Chris fed Lucky a cheese cracker thing, goldfish. Lucky likes to eat goldfish. You've never met a cat that likes cheese crackers. Well, Lucky does. We do have a rule of not too many of them. Obviously, a bunch of them would be bad. But one or two every once in a while is not going to hurt him. It's not chocolate or onions. There are actually a bunch of things that even in small amounts can hurt animals. A couple of goldfish crackers, they're baked, they don't have as much stuff in them. We're pretty conscious about that stuff, so he'll be fine. Cue me worrying about it anyway. Alright, stay where I can see you if you're gonna be searching for bugs. And Chris, if you see any spiders, leave them alone. Especially if they're a really big one with a red mark on them.
What does that mean?
It means they're poisonous, honey. Or they might be poisonous. A black widow is poisonous, don't touch it. Just don't touch spiders, period, because you don't know what it is. And some of them are harmless and some of them are poisonous. Now, if you're going to go hunt bugs. Make sure that you have a jar.
A jar?
Mm-hmm. Well, where are you going to put them?
Probably in a clear container.
I want you to plan it out. If you want to catch bugs and do an experiment, you need a jar and you need the lid to have holes in it so that they can breathe. And you're not bringing it in the house.
Keeping it outside.
Yeah, you're keeping it outside.
And what did you say before that? Oh, before that, when I was still outside?
Stay where I can see you.
Okay.
And if you see a spider, leave it alone.
Yes, ma'am.
We get black widows in Arizona. We came from an area originally whenever I was a kid. We came from an area that had brown recluse. So I've spent most of my life utterly terrified of any brown spider that I see. Apparently that has nothing on Australia.
May I please have my gummies?
They have spiders that straight up eat chinchillas.
Almost gone.
Aaron, what did we do? Jeez, you keep on looking at me like that. Alright. This is for leftover wax. Let me guess, you're waiting around for a jar.
May I please drill holes in it?
I got the holes.
I
is, well, that. See these holes? Now I want to make something very, very clear.
What?
You don't touch this. Or you're going to cut yourself. If I catch you touching that, the lid, other than just on the side, you won't be allowed to have it anymore. Remember to put some dirt and grass and stuff in there before you catch anything. They need a habitat.
Oh yeah. Pick me up.
Just make sure that it fits first.
It fits?
That it fits in the jar with the lid closed. Totally forgot to pause that. So I guess I'm going to leave that in as part of the entry. Yeah, Chris was reminding me about his vitamins. And then I wasn't taking any, so he was just kind of looking at me and giving me the same look that I give everyone else whenever they don't take their vitamins. By everyone else, I mean his dad. So he was giving me the look, and I was like, all right, I'll take him. I don't even know if you could, like, hear that part. But yeah. So he's got his jar. He got a set to help him safely collect bugs for Christmas, and he hasn't really used it yet. So that's what he wanted to do. Because, I don't know, I just wanted to make sure that while he's doing things like this, I just want him to be safe. And there are things like black widows out here, and if they get in an area, some things can become unsafe, and he doesn't, sometimes you don't know what's what. So I told him just to leave him alone. Also, it's a good policy to leave spiders alone unless they're somewhere where you have to get them moved, because, you know, they eat other critters. Not in Australia, though. I'm never going to Australia. If I had the money, I would never go there. I'm arachnophobic, and there are spiders there that eat fucking chinchillas. The whole country is just trying to kill something. A couple actually came home, and I read an article, and they found a giant fucking spider eating a rodent. That's what a chinchilla is. It's a tiny mouse-like creature. A very cute creature. Like a hamster. Anything big enough to eat a hamster, I don't want to be anywhere near it. I mean, that isn't a cat. I mean, cats technically could eat a hamster. What I mean is, if a spider is fucking big enough to eat a fucking hamster, I'm not going anywhere near that fucking country. We don't have spiders that big here. Like, anywhere. We have our own weirdness, though. Depending on the area. Scorpions. Scorpions are nasty. Some of them aren't as poisonous as you generally think of them as, but it's kind of like... It's harder to tell the difference between scorpions for most people than it is for spiders. And as a general rule, you just avoid them because not only can they be poisonous, even if, you know, it's not that bad, it's still going to hurt like a bitch. And also, they're a bitch to get rid of. Yeah, and sometimes it's not that they're poisonous individually. It is that scorpions are rarely by themselves. In that, if you have one, yeah, they'll like make a nest of something and they will all sting you at once. They will attack in groups, so you will be fucked. Gene, at one point, long before Chris was even born, he got stung by a bunch of them. It turns out he's allergic to them. Anyway, he lay down in a bed, did not know that there was a nest in it. Nobody did. Apparently, they just kind of moved in and made a nest. Whew, scorpion stings make him hallucinate like a bad trip. So That's good to know. It didn't make him dangerous or anything, but the paramedics, like, at least they were weirdly connected to the whole thing, like. But once the poison wore off, they just kind of noted it in his medical stuff. Hey, allergic to scorpions, and everything was good afterwards. He recovered just fine. He just had scorpion stings in weird places, and it was painful. He didn't even like feel it at first because he had so much nerve damage already then in some places. So like he just kind of when he felt it though, he felt it like he felt it. So yeah, scorpions are something that like I watch out for like obsessively because I've never lived in an area where they were common per se. But I'm always watching out for them because once you get them, they are a bitch to get rid of. It can be. Some people have as much problems with scorpions as they do with roaches. The difference is that they are a different kind of difficult to get rid of. Both of them can be a pain in the ass. Like once they're in there, you better hope you don't share walls with anybody. Otherwise, it basically becomes impossible unless the whole building is fucking fumigated. It's that kind of difficult. So, so far we have avoided that experience.
Should I put some rocks in
Depends on the rock. Do you want rocks in there? You're working on your habitat. Look at what you're around you. Any bugs that you catch here, this is their habitat. So you're going to want to pay attention to that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So build the habitat and then come show me. How's that?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put some rocks in there.
All right. Anyway, last night I just sort of went, fuck it. My computer is going to have some sort of issue no matter what. MZSoft can't help me. I'm just screwed and I have to figure out everything on my own. And I kind of did, so I think I did anyway. Cause all of my icons down in the corner are back. I'm just going to keep an eye on how my computer behaves and be very keen on noticing anything different and find out why and react to it. That is basically how my computer has survived as long as it has at this point. Yeah. That's the basics. That's something my grandfather taught me to do growing up. So anyway, I basically said, fuck it. I don't even download shit and I still get these problems. So I decided to download shit. I got some mods. I like that you can like do glass roofs and stuff in Sims 4. But it doesn't really have much else going for it, and all I have is the base game.
Here's the cat.
The cat?
What?
What did you say? Cat or habitat?
Habitat. Here.
This is your habitat?
Yeah.
I like it.
I was just hunting for bugs.
Okay, but you know what you need a little bit of at the bottom?
What?
You know, a little bit of water down there. You don't want a lot. You don't want to soak it. You don't want it all to be mud.
Why?
But you need, well, because then it's just going to grow mold.
Okay. May I please go use the hose?
Sink. You're not using the hose for that.
Oh yes, too quick.
Run your water first. Remember, you don't want it all to be mud. You just want a little bit. No. Check. Good. Let me see.
It's not going all the way down to the bottom.
It's not gotten all the way down to the bottom? That should be alright for now. Okay. Happy bug hunting. Don't touch any spiders. If anything has a bunch of legs, Chris, See something that looks like a centipede?
No.
You know?
Not even daring to touch that.
Okay. Because guess what? Millipedes are a thing out here. If it looks like a centipede or a caterpillar, get me first, okay? Did you put on your lip balm? Chris, did you put on your lip balm?
Yes.
Let me see. Because it looks like your lips are still chapped. Come on. Chris, you need to make sure that you get it on the edge. I knew it! I didn't see no shiny there. Go put it on. Sometimes he doesn't get all the way up here, and he's... We forgot to turn off the bell this morning. So he's like, dang it! He hates hearing it. But it wakes his dad and I up if he gets up in the middle of the night, you know. The chaos that follows is not anything anybody wants to go through. Basically, then he doesn't sleep because he eats instead of sleeping. I know you got a fast metabolism, but sleep is important if you want to grow. You want to grow that last 4 inches to not have to sit in a booster seat. You got to sleep.
I don't know, help the grass grow.
All right. Happy bug hunting. He wants to help the grass grow some roots. That's a different thing. Actually, we probably could do a homemade terrarium. Damn it. I don't think I really want to deal with bugs, though. But if he's really interested in it, we could actually build something, you know, where we could grow some, like, cat grass or something in there. Put in some bugs and see what happens. Yeah. Anyway, I went into and I downloaded some stuff, and now my game is actually interesting. The only thing I had before was a stuff pack that comes with it and a free guitar thing for signing up for an email list. That's it. My game didn't have anything really interesting in it. They basically sell you the bread without the sandwich. Like, you have the base for something good, but like, where's the meat? Where's the cheese? Where's the tomato? Where's the lettuce? Maybe some onion, you know, a little bit of mushroom, probably cooked up because I'm a little iffy with uncooked mushrooms for whatever reason. You know, where are all these things? All they give you is the bread. I think that the magic thing that this person made was actually made like well before the Realm of Magic came out. But so far it's actually really nice. I like it. And there's a story to it. Like, they actually put some effort in there. And yeah, there's no realm to go with it. And it's not the same thing as what I've seen a friend of ours play on Realm of Magic. But I like it. And I can't afford a bunch of stuff and packs and stuff. This is what I have, and this is what I'm going to have. Pretty much I can't even afford the stuff I want for Sims 3. So, like, while we were still getting that stuff up, they came out with Sims 4, and I just kind of gave up. So, but I have actually considered trying to find cracked versions of the things that I already have. Not of the things I don't, but of the things that I already have. Because I'm tired of dealing with Origin. I'm tired of this thing needing to be online.
It doesn't look like it's alive.
Well, leave dead things alone, Chris. That's common sense. Chris, where's your jacket?
What?
Jacket.
Why?
Now. Because it's chilly outside.
First I need to blow the nose.
Not at the table, dear. Go blow it over the trash can.
I don't like it being watery.
Blow it. did this stuff, and now my game is actually interesting. I mean, there's stuff that, like, I wish I could get, like, pets. I wish that there was a mod that just added pets without the expansion. Because then EA can't even say that you're, like, taking anything. It's just something separate. It's just something different. I think that the magic thing that I got for, like, the mods would actually go really well with Realm of Magic. But I also feel like this is kind of what the pack should be. In that they should add story, they should add lore, they should add to the world, rather than just be a bunch of stuff. Or, here, I give you this functionality, and then you have to buy the stuff separately. EA is really bad. I'm really looking forward to that one game that's coming out that's supposed to be kind of like Sims. It's basically supposed to be able to compete with Sims, and I am looking forward to that. I hope that it comes out. I am tired of dealing with EA's bullshit. And I'm tired of... I've actually considered getting cracked games of games that I already have, specifically to not have to deal with Origin and EA's BS. That's it. Like, I don't want to steal anything or have anything that is... that I haven't paid for, or that hasn't been given to me paid for. But, like, I don't want to deal with their BS trying to control it after you already have it. I don't want to deal with the fact that even though Sims 3 was, like, the feature where you had to be online whenever you went on it was removed, they eventually reenacted that whenever they put it in Origin. Origin, basically, you have to be signed into Origin. So it's basically the same thing. It collects data on the games that you're playing.
Look, Mama, Lucky's being
how
sweet.
long, and all of this. They no longer allow you to even sign into Origin offline. You have to sign in online. You can, however, I often...
Look, Mama.
I know. I often turn off my Wi-Fi after I sign in. Because it is just something on my computer that is slowing it down. I don't use any of Origin's features. It's just there because I can't avoid it.
How cute.
Because they're games that will not let you play them. We even went to, like, and got physical discs to try and avoid using Origin. That didn't work. It was before we knew, but yeah, installed it, and then it made me install Origin. I hate this. I think that if independent game makers really want their games to speak to a wider market, they should make them available off of platforms like Steam and Origin as well. They, if you want people to do those things, then there needs to be a benefit to it, but there isn't. There's not really a benefit to having your game on Steam. I could reinstall it whether I had Steam or not, because I got physical copies. And then there are things that, like, Origin stops supporting or Steam stops supporting later. You can completely lose it out of your game library. You know, it's just a digital copy that way. And there's a lot wrong with it. There's a lot that can go wrong with it. And I don't like this. I don't want to be tied down to an online service that I don't even like. I don't like Steam, and I don't like Origin. I just want to put a disc in a computer and play a game. That's it. I don't want to have Wi-Fi on. I don't want to have to sign into things online. I am perfectly alright if it's there as an option, but as something that you have to do, I'm not okay with that. I don't want things like that. And I don't want kiddo to have to deal with this, yeah?
Sims.
I don't want him to have to deal with that either. This shouldn't be normalized. This wasn't normal whenever I was a kid. I mean, I still remember whenever Sony got in trouble for messing with people's music on their computers. I had to reinstall like everything 3 times from CDs that I had because they were basically just removing it off of people's stuff. There was stuff that I couldn't re-put on there. And I was so mad. Either because discs, weren't working anymore, or like, you lend something out and then shit happens. Various things. And I was so incredibly mad. It even messed with my MP3 player. And I was really mad about that. As a teenager, I was roiling mad. Today, nobody would bat an eye, but back then it was on the news and everything. Today they would just be like, oh, they're at it again. Tech oligarchs. They think that they rule the world, but they're really just ticking everybody off.
So do you make a little Simba?
I have 2 Sims households here. These are worlds. I disagree with the fact that they won't let you make any worlds in here. I miss that from Sims 2. You notice that whole area that I designed myself? Remember?
No, I don't remember.
You don't. I'm not showing you right now while you pretend that you don't remember.
I mean, Mom, I have a question. Are those your 2 houses?
Yep, you can tell. See? This is the last one that I played. This is another one that I have played. This one is a helper to the Grim Reaper, because I got a mod for that, which was really interesting. And I like it. And then these 2 had a baby, which doesn't happen in real life, because they're both girls.
That's funny.
And then this one is my witchy sim.
Your witchy sim, and she's single.
Yes, she's single.
You're playing her?
This time.
Yay, a witchy.
This one I gave her her own tower.
Her own tower?
Yep, she has a tower. Except it's a really wide tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, she has a wide tower.
Come on.
Eventually I might make it a whole freaking castle piece.
What?
But did you know that castles used to basically just be towers?
Really?
Mm-hmm. A tower with a little offshoot building piece that was actually like a decently sized castle. Most castles back in the day weren't very big. A big castle was a sign that it had taken a really long time to build, which means that, so often if a king was overthrown or something, they would, the next king would work and add more onto the castle and so on and so forth. There weren't very many castles that were big, and the ones that were big weren't as big as fantasy castles.
Mom?
What?
What does that mean if it's blinking?
It means for some reason she wasn't going to work while I wasn't playing her.
She's late for work.
Yeah, she's very late for work. She almost missed it entirely. See? And I'm not sure. Do I put another floor up here for your other rooms? Or do I put a garden up here? Because down here, look. She's got a whole flat room here. Here's a bedroom. Here's a bathroom. Big fancy bathroom. Here's her study. And down here we got a nice living area with a fireplace.
Why is she very angry?
Feeling angry. I don't know. I enabled random moods and now there are random moods. I don't know.
Go work. I want to read it.
It just says, this is all their fault. They made me this way. I'm confused. This is only supposed to be possible for pregnant Sims. Did she get pregnant? Oh, she is pregnant. Oh dear. I use a mod that lets them randomly get pregnant and stuff. I guess this makes my choice for me. I'm gonna have to add more rooms to this tower. So I'm gonna need another floor.
Oh no, she's pregnant.
Yep, she's pregnant.
You better hurry.
Chris.
Yeah. Kids room. Oh, I like that kids room. Do you?
What, this?
Yeah.
Honey, I hate to tell you this, but she don't have a lot of money right now. I'm not doing a whole room. I'm just gonna find the items.
How could you go to top floor?